Over the last couple days, I've been noodling around on the internet trying to find a replacement pulley for this alternator, and so I've been to several sites, and what I did to search was I typed in 5/8 GM style alternator pulley, and I had all kinds of hits on that. One of the problems I was running into was either the material was wrong, or I have one here that's an aluminum one. Probably would have worked, but it's not what the original one had. But the big problem that I had was that I would get down to the bottom and I'd try to get a dimension, and the dimensions were always lacking. And this one on Amazon looks exactly like the one that I pulled off. But when I scroll down and I try to get to the dimensions or the product information, it doesn't give me anything that I can use. For instance, it says product dimensions 3 by 3 by 1. What am I supposed to do with that? 3 by 3 by 1. It doesn't give me the hole diameter. It doesn't give me the outside diameter. There's nothing that I can do with that in order to feel comfortable buying it. So I continued to search. So I stumbled onto some similar ones on Speedway Motors. And this one says GM Alternator 5/8 wide belt pulley aluminum. So it's aluminum, but again, in the description, there's not enough dimensions there for me to feel comfortable ordering that. And again, it's aluminum as opposed to steel. But also on Speedway Motors was another one that I found. And this one was titled a little bit differently. It was called the PowerMaster PowerGen 5/8 inch V-belt alternator pulley. Well, I look at it and it looks close, but it doesn't look exactly the same. It has a keyway slot in it, which my original one doesn't have. But other than that, it looks exactly the same. And the nice thing about it is when I scroll down, it has in its details some real dimensions that I can use, that I can hang my hat on. For instance, it says the overall outside diameter is 2 inches 600 thousandths. And when I measure this original one, well, it is 2 inches 630. So it's about 20-30 thousandths smaller. But I don't see that as a real issue, only being that small amount smaller. It also says that the hole diameter is 670 thousandths. And when I measured this original one, that's exactly what it is 670 thousandths. So I know that I'm on the right track. The material is steel. Steel is what this one's made out of. So, and of course the dimension that I was going after was the 5/8 wide V-belt pulley, and that's what it says. And it's a black oxide finish as opposed to this coated finish on this one. I don't care. That's going to be just fine. Matter of fact, that black oxide might look a little bit better in that engine bay. So I ordered it, and it came in today. And when I open the package, I'm looking at nearly an exact replica of the one that I pulled off. So all the dimensions are correct. The hub dimension is 1/145. The hub dimension is 1/142, close enough. The inside diameter on the shaft is 671. The inside dimension on the shaft on the black oxide one is 671. So I know that's going to fit exactly the way it needs. It's 5/8. This is going to work, so I'm really pleased with that. I'm not going to need to use the keyway, but who cares? I mean, this thing is going to work pretty well. So I was successful. I managed to replace this thing. I'm going to go down and install it on the alternator. So the next thing I need to do is figure out how to align that alternator with the other two pulleys on the motor. So we're going to go do that next. So I only showed you 3 of the nearly dozen pulleys that I looked at online. It was a pretty extensive search, and I actually stumbled onto this one at the very end, so I'm pretty pleased with this. So let's get this one on, and then I'll finish up this video and talk about what we're going to do next. The first thing I want to do is add a little never seize on here, and hopefully that'll make taking this off the next time a little bit easier. This one came off really, really hard. Surprisingly hard. fits perfectly. Alright, so we've got that installed. When we come back for the next video, I need to design and build some kind of a standoff that helps align this pulley on the alternator with the pulleys on the water pump and the crane. So I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll figure it out and I'll show you in the next video. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe if you haven't already, ring the bell, you'll get a notice that the next time I upload a video, and I'll see you next time.